You've got documents sitting in SharePoint, policies, procedures, and guides. But when did you check last time if any of them follow the naming standards, have an owner, a review date, or even Copilot is editing the right version of your documents? I ran a Copilot skill against our document library. This is what came back: 14% health score, 6 documents needing immediate attention. Wrong naming standards, missing owners, overdue dates, duplicate versions, all found automatically without even going through and manually auditing anything. The full priority action plan telling you exactly what to fix, generated in 2 minutes. Today, I'm building this skill from scratch, live, and showing you how to run it against any library on your site. So let's go. This is our business documents library on the Operations Hub SharePoint side. This document library has 7 documents, which looks fine from the outside. This particular document, which is Project Delivery Framework, that file name tells you everything about how this document has been managed. But there is no department code, there is no owner assigned, the columns are empty, there is no document type. So Copilot has no idea what this document is or whether it's relevant or not. And then we have other document, Remote Working Policy updated March 2026. The date is in the file name, which means someone was using the name to track changes instead of a proper convention. So there is no owner, no document type, and no review date to this document. And then we have the security policy document, an approved security document with nobody responsible for it, nobody reviewing it, and Copilot is reading this every time someone on your team asks an IT security question. And then we have the HR leave policy document. Now this one follows the naming convention correctly, but the review date for this document is 1st of January 2026, about 7 months ago. It's still approved and still being used and still being referenced by Copilot. And then we have 2 versions of the same remote working policy document. These are the different names, and we have different owners. So one of them has Ashley Smith assigned as an owner, but the other one doesn't, but both documents are approved. So Copilot picks one depending on the question, and nobody knows which one is right. And then we have our financial expense policy document. Now, one document that passes everything. It has a perfect naming convention. It has all the metadata assigned. The review date is in the future and the document is approved. So out of 7 documents, this is your starting point. So, this one of this is our one approved document. So before Copilot, this was really inconvenient. Now it's an accuracy problem. Every governance issue is a potentially wrong answer waiting to reach your team. So let's define the standard and build the skill where we can govern these document libraries and organize these document libraries properly. We can't jump in and start creating a skill. We need to define some standards or rules for the skill to work. A skill without a standard is just an automation running in the dark. 2 things to define before we build the skill. First is the naming convention. Look at these 2 particular files, finance and HR. Anyone reading these files, looking at the names, instantly knows what department are these from and what it covers and what's the version number. The format is department-short name-your version. If you compare these 2 documents, Project Delivery Framework and Remote Working Policy documents, these 2 documents are just the flat names, missing the file name standards. The second standard is about the required metadata. All of these columns should have the metadata populated for all of your documents. And the final one is the review date. The review date must be in future. So a document sitting as an approved document, which was reviewed last year or in January 2026, or probably it has in the past, that is something we want to flag as a standard as well. So all of these standards or rules go into a skill. So every time you do an audit, all of these things should be flagged as part of your audit. We are going to define 6 rules for our skills file. All of these rules has to be met for the document to pass with flying colors. Rule number 0, which is essentially our first rule, is our naming convention. The document has to meet these particular naming standards, which is department, short name, and the version. Rule number 1 is ownership. Owner column should be populated. If there is no owner, there is nobody accountable. Rule number 2 is a document type. Document type should be filled in. Rule number 3 is a review set date. If the date has passed, then the document is marked as overdue. If the date is within 30 days, that means it's due soon. And if the date is empty, then it's missing a date. Rule number 4, the status column needs to be populated. Rule number 5 is a duplicate documents. Documents appearing to be same version, they should be flagged. And the document flags, or you can call the status of the documents, is green, which is passing all the 6 rules. Amber, it has 1 issue, and red, it has 2 or more or any critical issues that the skill has found. So let's go and build our skill. If you want to know more about the skills and how to generate and what kind of different skills you can generate, I've created another video which is called skills. You can watch this video. This will give you more information about skills. But I'm going to go and open Copilot right now and put my prompt to create a skill. I'm going to create the basic skill structure first with a prompt, and after that I'll open the skill.md file and update the output section to generate an interactive dashboard instead of a plain report. Skills can be edited and improved after creation, so you don't have to get it perfect the first time. The prompt I'm putting into Copilot is asking it to create a skill called Document Organizer. This is my prompt for the skill. So I'm asking it to create a Document Organizer skill. Someone asked to audit a document. This is when we want to invoke the skill. And these are the instructions that I'm pasting into the skill. The step 1 is ask the user which document library they want to audit. So I'm putting this step because I want Copilot to prompt the user to provide a document library, because in one site there could be multiple document libraries. So we don't want to restrict this skill to a particular document library. Instead, we are taking that input from a user. Step 2 is we asking it to read all documents in the library the user specified, including those metadata columns, which is owner, document type, status, and review date. If you have more columns, you can add those columns into the skill and it will then go and audit those columns as well. Step 3, we are asking to assess each document against these 6 rules. So we've talked about those rules, naming conventions, all the metadata, flagging it, and we are also providing it the example correct names for the documents, for example, IT-security policy, so that it knows what the document types we're talking about. And that's a rule 1 is about the ownership. Then we have a document type, the review date, the status, if the status column is populated, look for the duplicates. And then after that, categorize every document into one of these health statuses, which is green, amber, and red. And these are the rules we have just spoke about in our standards. And step 5 is calculate the overall health score as the percentage of green documents out of total documents. And step 6 is identify the top 3 risks across the entire library based on the assessment results. Step 7 is to create a summary audit listing, approve documents, which is audit criteria passed, and flag documents with issues and corrections needed, and then the priority action list. So this is the kind of summary or the report that we are asking it to produce and to include these particular sections in that output. And finally, we are asking it to save that audit report into the reports document library and cite reports folder inside the document library and call this particular name with today's date attached. And then reply to the user with a brief summary showing the overall health score and the single average identified and a direct link to the saved audit report. So this is what shows up into the Copilot prompt, but the document will be saved into that particular document library or the location that we have specified to Copilot. In my second tab, I have this HTML prompt ready. So once we have generated this report, I'll walk you through, and we will then change the step 8. So instead of saving the document to a document library, we will ask it to generate an interactive HTML dashboard. And these are some of the design elements or the sections we are asking it to generate, which is in header with the library name, the audit criteria, all the KPI cards and health breakdown and table columns. I have created another video creating in Copilot, so you might want to watch that video because I've talked about creating different kind of and how you can design them properly. But just to give you a snapshot, this is what we're going to do in the coming sections. So our prompt is ready. I have already pasted this prompt and I'm just going to go and click send to Copilot so that it can start creating this particular skill. Our skill has been created. As you can see, the name of the skill is Document Organizer. We will look at the skill.md file later, but let's just try to prompt this so that we know that Copilot is using this skill. So in our description, we have specified that whenever someone asks for audit a document library, just invoke this skill. So I'm just saying audit a document library. It has loaded this skill. And now it has come back and said, which document library would you like me to audit? I'm within this business document library, but I can run this skill from anywhere on this particular site. So you don't have to run the skill from this document library only. You are free to run this skill anywhere from this site. Coming back to the prompt, I'm going to tell it to business documents. So this is the document library that we want to audit. So hopefully we should have our audit report soon once Copilot has gone through all of our steps and instructions that we have provided within the skill file. Copilot has come back and then it has generated the document. So it should be placed under a reports document library under site reports folder because that is what we have specified under skills.md file. So I can open the document directly from here, but I want to click on reports and go to site reports so that you know that the document has been placed within that document library or specified location. From there, I will open the document and hopefully Copilot has done what we asked for. So the document heading, document audit, business documents, it has the audit date, the library it audited, number of documents, health score, and the status count, which is great. And this is the audit criteria, which we asked Copilot to place it into this report. It has the naming convention and all the rules that it audited the document library against. The health classifications are there. And this is the approved documents which has passed all the audit criteria. So it has a perfect naming convention. All the owners are there. The metadata is there for the document and the review date is upcoming. So which is great. Some of the flagged documents are, for example, the cloud migration, runbook final 2. And these are the issues which says the wrong file name and the overdue for review. This document was last reviewed in the past date, just saying this is overdue for review, and same for the HR policy document. And the other one we have is the remote working policy document. So this is an interesting one because we had a duplicate document. So if I expand this column, I know this is really a bit hard because we have a lot of information in this column, but you get the idea about the governance and the audits you can run. So you can create different documents and different layouts for your documents. This particular document, remote working policy, obviously it has the wrong file name because it doesn't meet the naming conventions. Orphan document, it's missing the review date. Potential duplicate with this remote working policy document. It has flagged that document name as well. This is the name of the other document that could be a duplicate. This way, I think it has gone through all of our required criteria. It has also added top 3 risks, which the potential of 2 documents, orphan documents, 3 documents, and the wrong file name is 5 documents. Priority actions are these. These are the actions, what needs to be done on those documents. So what you can do from there is you can contact the document owners and tell them what needs to be done on these documents. And this way you can do an audit. Now, this was a Word document that we have prepared. It could be tedious, but what about if you could generate an HTML dashboard, which is an interactive dashboard? I'm going to now go into our skill file. I'm not going to ask Copilot to do the prompt again, but rather I'll go into the skill that we have created, which is under site contents and under agent assets. And under agent assets, we should see skills and our skill called Document Organizer, which is this particular skill. And I'm going to open the skill.py file. So in this file, initially we asked Copilot to create a document, which should be listed as our step 8 as we looked at earlier. So step 8 is to create a summary audit report. So this is the document it created. But this time, as I explained or showed you earlier, I want to create HTML dashboard. So I'm going to replace step 8 with this particular statement to create an HTML dashboard. From there, I've copied that prompt, and this step number 8, I am now going to replace this whole thing with the prompt that I have copied. So our number 8 is now this, and I'm going to delete step 8, for example, and this should be saved, and I'm going to just close this skill and click on save. So we now have our skill updated, and it should be an HTML dashboard. So this time I'm going to prompt Copilot from the home page because we've done enough prompting from the business document library. So I've got the Copilot prompt open, and I'm going to put a different prompt this time. So rather than asking it to generate an audit or probably audit a document library, I'm going to specify the document library name as well, so that let's just see if Copilot is smart enough to understand so that it doesn't come back and ask us about a document library. So I'll say audit a document library called business documents. So Copilot has created this HTML dashboard for us. I am into the reports document library. And if I click on this HTML dashboard, then we should see a beautiful report generated in HTML. So this is the name of our audits, which is document library audit. That's the library, that's the site. This is the audit date, and this is the naming format. So some of the audit criteria that it has gone through. There are total 7 documents. That's the health score. 1 is healthy, 0 needs attention, and 6 immediate actions. And below there is this chart and the health breakdown. And this is the document assessment, which is interactive. If I click on all, it tells me what's wrong with the documents. So this is the current file name, and it also tells us the suggested correct name of the file. Think about the document naming convention criteria that we have specified in our skill.file. So based on that, Copilot is telling us rather than this file name, you should be using this file name. Review date is 8/11/2026. Based on that, it found 2 issues: wrong file name, and this is overdue for review. Similarly, this particular file is overdue for review, and the remote working policy, which again is a duplicate document, so it has flagged it. It's the wrong file name, it's an orphan document, it's missing review date, it's a potential duplicate with this remote working document. This way you can create skills within your SharePoint sites, and using skills you can create automated governance and audits for your document libraries in your SharePoint sites. Now you might notice that whenever we run this audit, it names the file as document audit and the name of the document library called business documents and with the date. Suppose you have a different document library and you want to run this skill against that library, you will end up having a file called document audit and the name of that document library. So you will have 2 dashboards, both saves, both dated, and both named for their library. So HR runs this on HR documents. He runs this skill on technical standards, compliance on policies, one skill in any library, any team. So one consistent naming standard and governance framework across your whole organization. So you can use that skill. So think about the possibilities of extending this skill and using it in different places or for different document libraries. So whenever leaderships ask how the document governance is improving, you can open one of your reports from the site reports and show the trend. 14% in January, 57% in April. So you can schedule it to run every single month or run it manually every month. You can set a reminder, first of every month, 5 minutes, dashboard saves automatically, and you always know where you stand in terms of your governance for your document libraries. Document governance has always been on the list, but it never gets done because auditing manually takes hours, which nobody has. This skill makes governance something which any team member can run in 2 minutes. It's a consistent naming standard on any library and with the interactive dashboard gives you exactly what needs to be done in that document library. Next video, we're going to talk about the site initialization skill. That is another skill which could be useful, how you can replicate the whole governance which we have built so far into any new site that you are going to create. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet so that you don't miss any videos. If you have got any comments or feedback, please put it into the comment section and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care and keep learning.